Everyone, good morning. We are going into Macdonald Island Park today. So, let's go check it out.
Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome back. We are here today at Macdonald Island Park with Theresa Wells. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Awesome. We'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, first I want to say welcome to Macdonald Island Park and thanks for coming to visit us while you're here in Fort McMurray. My name is Theresa Wells. I am the Manager of Communications and Stakeholder Relations for the Regional Recreation Corporation of Wood Buffalo. So we are the entity that operates Macdonald Island Park as well as some other recreation centers in the region.
Awesome, thank you. And how long have you been in this position?
So I've really been with the RRC for about 10 years. I left for a few years and I actually came back because I missed it so much. So I came back at the end of 2020 because this is a really unique place to work in our region and I'm really proud of the work that we're able to do.
That tells you that it's a good position to be in if you miss it so much that you need to come back.
Absolutely. When the opportunity presented itself to return, I said I would love to come back.
Can you speak a bit about Macdonald Island Park and what is offered here?
Sure. So Macdonald Island Park is a recreation center. We also have a conference events catering aspect to our business. As you can see, we're sitting in SMS Equipment Stadium, which is a football stadium. We also have Legacy Dodge Field, which is a baseball stadium. We have, and those are all part of the complex called Shell Place, which is really where we do a lot of our events, conferences, meetings. Then we have the Suncor Community Leisure Center, which is where a lot of our recreation amenities are. So things like the Syncrude Aquatic Center, the Legacy Dodge Fitness Center, the Pepsi Climbing Wall, the Canadian Natural Arenas, the CNOC Field Houses. So we have a little bit of something for everyone, and the island has been around for over 40 years. So when I arrived in Fort McMurray 25 years ago, it was really small. It was like one ice arena, some curling surfaces, a tiny little fitness center. So it's been amazing to sort of watch the island grow just in the period of time that I've been in the community.
The island is a whole load of things to do, something, as you said, for everyone.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite amenity or maybe like one of the rinks or the field? Like, do you have a favorite activity at the island?
You know what? I actually just love the island because of the energy that you find here. So I can't name a favorite activity or amenity or event because for me, it's whenever you go into one of our amenities, whether it's the Syncrude Aquatic Center, whether it's one of the arenas, just the energy level is amazing. Before I ever worked here, my daughter was a competitive figure skater. So we spent 7 days a week at the arenas, and I always joke that they hired me because I never left the building because we were here constantly. Yeah. But that's what Macdonald Island Park is in Fort McMurray. It becomes part of people's lives. And it was certainly a huge part of my life and my daughter's life.
Mm-hmm. So when your daughter was doing competitive figure skating, I'm assuming she was maybe younger than obviously she is right now. So what would you say is the age range of patrons that are visiting Macdonald Island Park?
Everything from newborn to seniors. We have members that are in their 80s who visit our fitness facilities. We have programming that goes basically right up to infants in terms of the aquatic center programming. This is sort of, there truly is something for everyone to enjoy. And whether you're coming here for recreation or fitness or sport or even just to attend an event, this is the sort of place where no matter what your age or your interest, you're probably going to find something at Macdonald Island Park. I think you'd be challenged to find anybody in the community who's been here for any length of time who hasn't walked into our doors.
Yeah, we were walking around. There's a whole bunch of entrances, so we were in a couple buildings before finding you this morning, but it is a beautiful facility. It is incredible. I don't think we have anything because we're from Edmonton, so I'm not sure we have anything that quite compares to it. So I definitely see it being a staple for the community.
That's the typical response I get. So I've toured people from really all over the world at Macdonald Island Park. We've had journalists who have come here from Europe, Central America, South America. And the response we typically get is, I would have had never guessed that this exists in northern Alberta. And that's really, really true. And part of it is about the municipality invested in building these facilities to contribute to quality of life in the region, so that when people people are moving here, this is a reason, A, to move here, but it's also a reason to stay here. So if you're here, you need to have that quality of life if you're going to stay and not move to someplace like Edmonton or Calgary, right? So it helps to do that. And truly, it's quite remarkable, and I've traveled a lot. I've lived all over Canada. I've never found anything quite like this either, which is why I think it's so unique.
And so special. The community, we have limited experience with the Fort McMurray community just because we only are here for filming, but the community is so kind and so passionate about Fort McMurray. I think it's so beautiful and pretty easy to do when you have such amazing venues like this one, for sure.
You know, I think it is, and I think our role at Macdonald Island Park, our vision is actually, together we create community. And that's about creating a community with our employees within the organization, but also working with the entire community to create the community we all want to live in, right? All of us have had, certainly over the 25 years I've lived here, I've had the opportunity to move to other communities, and I've always chosen to stay. Fort McMurray is a really unique place, which I think you're going to learn. It's a really unique place, and it's sort of like, it's kind of addictive. Once it draws you in, it's like you can't leave.
What do you think it is about Fort McMurray that sets it apart from other towns?
So I think there's a few things. There's certainly some people who are born and raised in Fort McMurray, but there's a lot of us who have come from other places. And we've chosen this as our home, right? We've chosen to be here. Then we also have had, and I'm sure you've heard about this, Fort McMurray has experienced some significant challenges. We had the 2016 wildfire. We had floods in 2020. Just like everybody else, we went through the pandemic. We've had some significant challenges, but I think what's remarkable is the community has a way of pulling together through every challenge we experience and supporting each other, right? So we have this way of coming together. And one of the things I always joke about Fort McMurray is that it's like the biggest small town you'll ever find, right? Because it has kind of a small town feel where if you've been here for any length of time, like I said, 25 years, I know everybody, you develop relationships and connections and just this remarkable sense of community. And I've lived in Toronto, I've lived in Saskatoon, I've lived in very small communities and very large cities. There's something here that's special, and I think it's about the people that it attracts.
So those people attending all the events that you offer here would just add to that sense of community. Can you speak a bit about the events that are offered or events you have coming up maybe?
Sure. So there's a couple of different avenues with that. We have events that we host ourselves, and then we have events that are booked with us by other organizations that of course want to take advantage of things like our arenas or like our field houses. This past weekend we just hosted the Fort McMurray Chamber of Commerce Spring Trade Show and Artisan Market, which is a huge event and which basically attracts the entire community, and they come in and they buy from local vendors as well as vendors who travel into the region. In terms of things that we're hosting, we do things like a Free Canada Day celebration for the entire community every year. Last year we hosted it in the stadium on the night before Canada Day. It was a free concert as well as fireworks, and then the next day it's all family fun, friendly, free activities. That's what we're here for. We're all about fun, right? We're all about creating fun and memories and experiences for people.
Sticking to that fun, what would you recommend folks who are coming to visit Macdonald Island Park maybe bring or prepare for in order to ensure they have the best experience possible?
Bring your sense of adventure. You know, really like bring your sense of adventure and bring your sense of like wanting to experience something new. Of course, if you're coming to the aquatic center, you probably want to bring like some towels and bathing suits and all of sort of those basic things. But you can actually visit our website, macdonaldisland.ca, which will sort of show you all of our amenities, including things like maybe you want to go visit the Pepsi climbing wall. Maybe you've never climbed before, so there's an opportunity to do that. I would also say, you know what? If you're unfamiliar with the building, come grab a coffee at Second Cup, which is one of our vendors here. Wander around the building and explore. Shell Place, which is where we are now, just opened in 2015, so we're celebrating 10 years at Shell Place next year. And a lot of people still haven't really fully explored everything that's here. But this facility is for the community. This facility isn't for like Macdonald Island. This is for everybody to come and enjoy.
What are the hours of operations that people can come visit?
So Monday through Friday, we are open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturdays, Sundays, and statutory holidays, 7 till 11. Now, some of the amenities do have different hours, so some of them open a little bit later. And we do have some special features. So we have a tier of membership called Member Plus, where people can actually access things like the fitness center from 4 a.m. to midnight.
Oh, cool.
Right? So that accommodates some of our folks who work out on site with industry and who, they're probably on a bus at 7 a.m. So gives them the opportunity to come in and utilize the fitness center.
So no matter where you're at in work, career, school, life in general, you have the opportunity to come visit at some point in time because the hours are flexible like that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. So 5 years from now, where do you hope to see Macdonald Island Park?
Well, I think probably the same place where we are now in some ways, which is sort of the hub of the community, right? Where people gather, play, and connect, right? And that's really what we want them to be able to do here. So I would want us in 5 years to still be doing the same things we're doing now, providing opportunities for people to come and enjoy and experience, while also always improving, right? Offering new programming, keeping pace with things that change, right? So our programmers and things like our fitness team and our aquatics team, they're always sort of like keeping their fingers on the pulse of what's happening in the industry and making sure that we're offering new programs or new events that align with what people are expecting, right? We never want to be lagging behind what other recreation centers are doing.
For sure. That's so exciting. I can't wait to explore the rest of it when we tour in a little bit here. But last question for you. What would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Find something you're passionate about and do it, right? Whether it is your work, whether it is a hobby, whether it is something you just like do in your leisure time, find something you're passionate about. Life is too short to not do something that you're passionate about. So however you're incorporating that in your life, do that. I'm passionate about this place, which is why I'm here. And I'm passionate about Fort McMurray, which is why I stayed for 25 years. So that's my advice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is Legacy Dodge Field. So Legacy Dodge Field is, as you can see, a baseball stadium. We actually do have a resident team here called the Fort McMurray Giants, and they play here throughout the summer months. They actually open their season at the end of May this year. We've hosted many events here. Just last year, we hosted the Baseball Canada Cup 18U and 13U championships. We have Baseball Canada Cup coming this year. So it's an opportunity for people to enjoy baseball in a true baseball diamond setting. So this is Canadian Natural Arena 2. We actually have 2 large arenas. We've got one that we call the mini ice. It's a smaller arena as well as a curling ice surface. So just like every other recreation center in Western Canada, of course, we have ice surfaces. Here you would see things like hockey, ringette, figure skating. Most recently, though, we held the New Holland Under-21 Canadian Curling Championships here, which had curling teams from all across Canada come and compete for medals, and it was super exciting. So this whole thing became a curling rink and basically a studio so that it could be live streamed. Okay, so this is the Pepsi climbing wall. Originally, when the facility was in the original state, this was actually a squash court. But what we heard from the community is that there was no place for people to learn climbing in the community. So we created the Pepsi climbing wall. So we hold classes here, but we also hold events. We do things like blacklight climbing. We have like date climb nights. There's climbing sort of for all levels and skills and ages. And they change out the handholds I think about every 3 months or so. So to sort of keep it fresh and keep it in a state where people always have a new experience when they come and visit. This is 72 kitchen and patio. So 72, we renovated and reopened about 2 years ago. 1972 is when we opened Miskinaw Golf Club. So this sort of honors the history of the golf club. We have golf sim, we obviously have pool tables, we have great food. We also have a beautiful patio that overlooks the golf course, which is an amazing spot in summertime, but this is our on-site restaurant. This is the Legacy Dodge Fitness Center. So Way back 40 years ago, there was a tiny fitness center in 2009 when the Suncor Community Leisure Center opened. Obviously, we increased the size of the fitness center, and it has already been expanded since that time, simply because it's such a popular spot for people to come and work on their personal fitness goals. So this is the Syncrude Aquatic Center. So this is a full aquatic center. It includes everything from the interpipeline water slides to things like a lazy river, a splash park, as well as an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a training pool. So we do everything here from swimming lessons to aqua fitness to children's programming, as well as just fun and leisure. And it's kind of like a little bright spot of like tropical warmth in the winter months. So sometimes I actually just bring my lunch and eat in here in the winter because it feels like warm and sunny all the time. We also have a number of tenants on the island, so things like the YMM Dance Company, as well as other tenants who come in and provide services to the community as well. This is the Kirshner Family Community Art Gallery. So we host a variety of art exhibitions, usually local artists, but sometimes we also do visiting exhibitions that come to us from other art galleries in Alberta, and we showcase their art through this art gallery in the community. So this is the SMS Equipment Indoor Turf Field House. So the turf surface on this field house is the same as the turf surface in the stadium outdoors. So this is like a realistic practice surface for soccer or football, so they can actually come in here with their cleats and have sort of an experience of what it would be like to be on the stadium itself. But as you can see, we also do like children's programming. SMS Equipment Stadium has hosted everything from a CFL game in 2015 that featured the Edmonton Eskimos and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Aerosmith played here about a week later, which was phenomenal. We've had Carrie Underwood here. We've had some fairly Nickelback, Bryan Adams, perform here. But as well, it is used by community sports organizations. And again, we host things like our Canada Day activities here. So the canopy at SMS Equipment Stadium is lit by LED lights, so we can program and change the colors, and we often do that when people have requests for colors for specific days. So we can program them basically any color. It was designed to mimic the Northern Lights. So when it's lit up like in blues and greens, it sort of like reflects the sky above. The concrete pad underneath it in the winter becomes a free skating rink for the community, so people can come and skate for free under the canopy lights. And then in the summer, we host anything from barbecues to parties to there's been weddings under the canopy as well.
Game point. Yeah. 5.
Game point 1. Seven, 10. Eight, 10.
Hey everyone, just finished. Oh, I hit my hand to the thingy. Love that for me. Just finished up at Macdonald Island Park. So cool.
It's actually crazy how big it is.
Oh my gosh, like soccer field, baseball field, golf course, golf simulator, restaurant, anything you could possibly think to put in a recreational center. They put in.
And more.
And more.
You could genuinely live there for a little bit. You have everything you need.
There's like a spa that I don't think we got.
There's a restaurant.
There's a restaurant.
Yeah, a dance studio, the like pool, like
a library, art gallery. There's literally so much to do.
Yep.
it's so much fun. Edmonton, get one.
Pickleball is super fun too.
Pickleball is super fun.
We are pickleballers now.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. I'm gonna be honest. I did
You guys
not do
picked
well.
it up at the end, though.
We really did. We were a dream team.
We did. It was a lot of fun. Everyone there was so sweet and so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Mac really has a very tight community, which is so wholesome and really, really nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really awesome time that we had.
Yeah.
Thanks.